You know, I was looking across news feeds and social media, Twitter, etc., and it's very clear immigration has become one of the most divisive and complex issues in modern Britain. And no wonder. The sheer scale of uncontrolled migration, especially illegal immigration, has left the public rightly concerned, especially for the safety of our women and children, while politicians seem paralysed, unwilling, or incapable of acting with either justice for the British people or compassion for the foreigner. But for the Christian, the issue isn't just political, it's spiritual. We are called to love the stranger. Scripture is crystal clear about that. In Deuteronomy 10:19, God tells the people of Israel, you are to love those who are foreigners, for you yourselves once were foreigners in Egypt. And again in Matthew 25, Jesus says, I was a stranger and you welcomed me. This isn't optional. Christian love is radical. We are to welcome, care for, and treat every person with dignity, regardless of where they come from or how they arrived. But, and it's a vital but, biblical compassion never ignores truth or abandons justice. The same Bible that calls us to welcome the foreigner also calls for order, law, and righteousness. God is not a God of chaos. There are rules and boundaries and structures for the good of all people, native and foreigner alike. The Old Testament laws included specific instructions for how the foreigner should live in the land. The implication was clear. There was one law for all, one moral code, one God, and one culture grounded in the worship of the God of the Bible. And here lies the deep tension we face in Britain today. We have thousands of illegal immigrants arriving on our shores, many with tragic stories, I'm sure, fleeing war, poverty, persecution. Some are genuinely in need, but many are not. Many are economic migrants exploiting the system. Some are trafficked and victims. Some are criminals. Some are terrorists. And all of them, no matter how sympathetic their story, are entering the country illegally. To speak this truth today is to invite accusations of bigotry or racism, but this has nothing to do with race. This is about law, order, truth, and national security. A nation without borders is not a nation. And for those who would have our borders removed, I've one question for you. Do you lock your doors at night? Doors are locked to ensure personal safety and protection of property and goods. Unless you leave your doors unlocked and allow access to any random person off the street to access your home when you're asleep, you have no grounds to shout about, open borders, all are welcome. The deeper tragedy is not just the failure of the government to protect its borders, it's our failure to believe. Our godless government is a reflection of a godless society that has turned its back on its foundations, the very glue that holds it together, the Christian faith. Thousands upon thousands of people are arriving in Britain, many from countries closed to the gospel. And what do they find when they get here? A spiritually dead nation, a church that's asleep, and a moral vacuum. These people come with deeply ingrained worldviews, and rather than encountering a Christian nation, they find an apathetic and secular society that no longer even knows what it believes in. There's no light, there's no witness, there's no truth. What an opportunity this could be if there was. Because immigration, even illegal immigration, presents not just a political crisis, but a missional opportunity. These people are coming to our shores, and we could be offering them the bread of life, changing lives rather than them changing ours. But as a nation, we're not equipped. We're not even sure we believe the gospel or believe in ourselves anymore. And so instead of seeing transformation, we see chaos, cultural confusion, parallel communities, ghettoized cities, division, resentment. No one is winning. The asylum system in Britain is overwhelmed. The government doesn't know what to do. The courts are clogged with appeals. Hotel rooms and taxpayer money are being drained on a scale like never seen before. Communities feel betrayed and fear for their safety. Public trust is eroding, and I do wish I was wrong on the following point, but I don't think I am, because even the new fledgling political parties are not going to fix this crisis. There's too much in the way, and the crisis is now too great, far too gone. It's going to take an intervention from God, because I believe it's beyond fixing by human hands. And yes, in all this noise, we need Christ. We need bold preachers willing to proclaim the gospel in love to people from every tribe, tongue, and nation. We need leaders helping immigrants understand not just British law, but the message of grace and truth in Jesus Christ. This isn't a political failure, it's a spiritual one, and we're all responsible for it. We need a balanced Christian response, one that holds compassion and truth in both hands. Yes, we care for the stranger, We love, feed, and clothe those in need and help them find hope. But love doesn't mean lawlessness. Compassion is not the same as chaos. Justice must still be done. Illegal immigration must be addressed seriously. People who attempt to enter this country unlawfully should be stopped. The borders should be defended and the rule of law upheld. That's not unchristian, that's wise stewardship. But even more urgently, we need a national revival, not just for the sake of the immigrants, but for us. If we don't rediscover our Christian identity as a nation, not in name, but in reality, then no amount of immigration policy is going to save us. We must be a people who know the gospel, live the gospel, and preach the gospel to everyone. Otherwise, I feel this country is lost. Because the real danger is not the stranger on the shore, the real danger is a nation that has forgotten God and doesn't know what it believes in anymore. And here's what I think. God is too much of a gentleman to hang around when he's not wanted. And when we walk away from him, we walk away from his protection. Our abdication of belief has created a spiritual vacuum which is now being filled by something else. I'm sorry for the harsh truth, but the only solution to the immigration crisis is for this nation to turn back to God so that we can take his message of love, compassion, and grace to the strangers that turn up on our shores and change their hearts and minds instead of them changing ours. And if we do that, he will fix this country and the nation will be blessed and peaceful once again.